Well, I wouldn't say it's a ghetto, but you know, how are you guys tonight? I'm Ethan Van Sciver. Welcome to Comicsgate Live. Welcome. Well, you know,
best dentist office music ever.
It's great to be here. Yes, F Moose. What up, EVS, says Nerdrotic Channel. What up, Nerdrotic Channel? Job of the Cuck says he's excited. Why are you excited? Is Pablo Hidalgo fired yet? Asked Carlo. I don't know. I think Pablo Hidalgo has 9 lives. You know, I think he'll be around for a little while. And it's a good thing, too. I think Pablo Hidalgo is a lot of fun. He makes Lucasfilm interesting. At least he's got a good sense of humor. Just some guy, Pablo Hidalgo, Lucasfilm Story Group. He would not answer my one single question to him, which was just, does Jabba the Hutt have a skeleton? He wouldn't answer that question. And he's supposed to know these things. You know, Pablo Hidalgo, he is the guy who, you know, JJ goes to. He's the guy who, anybody who works on Star Wars, they go to Pablo Hidalgo and ask him his expertise about Star Wars. Ian Howe, thanks for $1.99. This is a welcome break from my Twitter war. Yeah, quit your Twitter war. Come give peace a chance with Comicsgate Live. I'm here tonight with 2 new guests and one of my favorite rarity guests. Just Some Guy is that rarity guest. Just Some Guy, probably one of the best YouTubers that Comicsgate has. Everyone loves his channel. His videos are just dynamite. How are you today, Just Some Guy?
I'm a little Sudafed up because of the humidity and temperature change here in Chicago. So,
what's going on in Chicago?
Well, you know, we have 2 seasons, summer and winter, and it's transitioning, and it can't decide which one it wants to be, like a true transgender. So it just, you know,
oh,
I know I have to get them in real quick.
Yeah, just a quick
been
jab.
Like 90 and then 50 and then 90 and then 50 and then 80 then 70, and it started raining, so the humidity's like 97%, and
nice.
My sinuses are just ridiculous. I woke
Oh,
up
you
with
know
a
what?
headache.
My sinuses aren't so good either, come to think of it. You know, I might be with you on that, but I haven't taken any drugs for it. I haven't done that yet. By the way, the Pathetic Spider Boy says, "Can I have a shout out, please? You're my favorite YouTuber." Well, shout out to Pathetic Spider Boy. Thanks for being a fan and thanks for being in the crowd tonight. Appreciate you. Just Some Guy, I want to introduce you. Okay, because you are like me. You love good comics. You love guys who are on the verge of breaking out. There's so much talent in Comicsgate. There's so much talent. It's ridiculous. There's so many great artists that are just on the verge of breaking out. And, you know, I just don't think the mainstream comic book industry deserves them anymore. I don't think these 2 gentlemen belong in the mainstream. Not in this day and age, you know, not with what's going on over there right now. And most of the videos that you produce, I don't know, just underscore that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that it's now time for folks to just do their own thing. It's kind of like what happened with the music industry, thanks to YouTube and MySpace back in the day, where you don't really need the studio to get your name out there. And this is another way of, you don't really need the big 2 to get your name out there.
No, not in this day and age. No.
And all that money comes directly to you. You don't have to go through anyone else. You handle it. If you want to distribute, you can do it yourself. You want to self-publish, It's all you. It's everywhere is sort of opened up now, and it's just a matter of can you get it to the people who want it.
So true. And thank goodness for social media, first of all. And thank goodness again for Indiegogo. Indiegogo not overtaken by SJWs, unlike Kickstarter. Indiegogo is actually, I don't know if it's SJW free, but for some reason, the SJWs haven't taken over this crowdfunding site. It's free for normal people to actually put out good product that doesn't have an agenda. Everything at Kickstarter is like agenda driven. It's about women having their periods and stuff like that. It's really, really strange. I don't understand.
How
Uh,
many period books do you need?
exactly. How many? I understand it's uncomfortable, ladies, but I mean, I don't know that everybody needs to read about it all the time. 50% of the population goes through it. I'm not sure that there need to be comic books. Too many comic books based on it. Most of the books over there are weirdo, agenda-driven, identity politics, gibberish. And thank goodness for Indiegogo, where we can just do rock and roll. Now, the first guy I want to introduce, well, I'll introduce you to both of these guys at once. Just some guy. And, of course, the people in the crowd. We've got 566 people watching right now. Thank you so much for coming with me tonight, this beautiful Wednesday. First guy I want to introduce is a fellow named Kyung.
Hello.
How you doing, Kyung?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Kyung, it's my pleasure. The second guy I want to introduce said he was going to go out and get a 6-pack of beer. I think he just wants to feel it tonight. He wants to feel those vibes. You ever go to a rock concert and it's like the only way that you can really thoroughly enjoy the setting is you're gonna have a couple of beers and you just want to let loose and let the music wash over you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that is this guy right now, I think. I feel, I was telling Andrea, I was like, dude, we missed the Barry Manilow concert. And let me tell you something. If we went to go see Barry Manilow at the Tropicana, I would be just some guy. I would be so very, very drunk at that concert. I would never stop drinking. I would be like, at the Copa. No.
Yeah, that's a little much. That's a little outside of my musical purview.
All right.
But
wow.
I'm an '80s baby, so it's all about the '80s music, and unfortunately, a lot of my favorite people are dropping off now. So
It's true. They all are. Well, I want to introduce you to Narwhal, who is going to be with us for quite some time. Narwhal, how are you tonight? Welcome to Comicsgate Live. Welcome to this thing here, whatever this is, my YouTube channel, my live YouTube channel. It's a pleasure to have you on.
I think he's still out. He's still muted.
Didn't he say anything? Didn't he say hello? Or did I imagine that?
No, I think it was just us three.
Oh, Narwhal, when you come back, are you aware that you're muted?
Yeah, because I think he just stepped out to get the beer.
To get beer?
Right.
You got to be kidding me.
Hey, when you need it, you need it.
I thought he was kidding. What do you mean? Did he go to the drugstore, do you think? Like, where did he run out to just grab a 6-pack of beer at like a 7-Eleven? Do they sell beer at a 7-Eleven? I think they do.
Yeah, they do.
That's probably what he did. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to meet Narwhal later. For now, I'm happy to introduce you to Kyung, who's doing a book that everyone is talking about. Everyone's talking about Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. And people are saying, Ethan, you've got to support this. I'm like, well, I'll support it. I mean, show me a good Indiegogo project by a very talented creator, and I want to tell everyone about it. That's what I want to do. Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb by Kyung Lee. Kyung, how old are you anyway? You want to give us a rough estimate, or is that none of our business?
I don't mind. I'm 34.
All right, you're a young man. Listen, have you worked in mainstream comics before? Or is this your first project?
I have. This is actually technically like my first printed comic. I've done web comics in the past, and I have done some commission work for companies like Udon. But,
yeah, Udon.
But yeah, this is my first actual Indiegogo and my first full-fledged comic book project.
What's it about anyway?
It's about a superheroine, and well, it's a superhero comic, and it's essentially the story of a young girl who gets pulled into kind of like the grasp of this shadow organization, and she ends up obtaining superpowers, and her whole life is flipped upside down. And now she has to kind of come to terms with who she is now, and whether she wants to use these powers to defend, to fight against the forces of evil and defend, the people that she loves and cares about.
What's her other choice?
Other choice is to do nothing and to avoid any type of accountability and let evil win.
That's the choice that I would. No, I wouldn't.
Oh,
wow! All right.
I got my beer.
I think Narwhal's back. My good. So you weren't kidding. You actually were going to go out and get a beer, weren't you? Welcome back.
Oh yeah, thanks. Just calming my nerves.
Don't be nervous. Everyone here is your friend. There are only 703 people watching right now. More will be on their way, I'm certain. Narwhal, I'm gonna reintroduce you, and then we'll get back to we're gonna get back to Kyung here and pitching his book. Listen, I was on Twitter today, and somebody said to me, "Hey, did you see this guy's version of Cyberfrog?" And I said, "Oh, good. Let me. I love when other people draw Cyberfrog. I love it. I love it, especially when they get it right. When they get it wrong, it's depressing. I'm just like, but you did a great job. You drew all of these Comicsgate characters. You drew Jawbreakers. You even drew Iron. Why did you draw Iron Sights?
Why did I? Oh yeah, I don't know. That for publicity and stuff. Cyberfrog is the a great character design. So he's fun to draw. He's the long, lanky skeleton. You can pose him real interestingly. We see that in the 3D models when it comes up too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, all right. Okay, so let's get back to Narwhal. I'm glad you're here. Have a beer, relax. We're gonna talk to Kyung a little bit. Have you met Kyung, by the way?
No. What's his project?
Kyung's project is called Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb, and it's it's like manga looking. It looks like manga. Is it manga or manga?
Manga, if you want to go with like more of the proper kind of Japanese pronunciation, but manga, either one's fine.
Let me think if I want to pay respect to the Japanese. I got to consider Pearl Harbor. I'll pay respect to the Japanese despite Pearl Harbor. I'll call it manga as they want. Matt Neshheim says, Ethan, are you going to go out and get a 6-pack of pie? No, I'm not. They don't 6-pack of pie. Like,
oh my God, Ethan, have you ever had Patti LaBelle's pie?
Patti LaBelle's pie?
Now, people in the chat, don't make that dirty. I know that pie can mean something else. Okay, so Patti LaBelle has a brand of pastries. She has pies. Okay, and there was like this thing 2 years ago where this guy on YouTube went and got these pies, and he was singing and eating these pies and sold her so many of these freaking pies that she had to kind of like give him some money.
Yeah,
it was like the best thing. But apparently they are like awesome. I don't even eat pie, and I kind of want to get some of this pie.
Well, I eat pie every single day, and that sounds good to me. I mean, the better. Listen, I've had bad pies and I've had good pies. Bad pies are very, very disappointing. I recently had a terrible apple pie and then a transcendent apple pie at the farm, the place where I went to go apple picking and pumpkin picking with the kids this weekend.
What's a transcendent apple pie? It's like
a transcendent apple pie. It was a sugared cookie crust. Okay. With a cookie baked right in the middle of it. There was a sugar cookie that you could just pull off the middle of it and then just eat that. And it had a little apple on the bottom of it. But overall, the crust was nice and crisp and sugared and firm. And the apples were soft and you could tell they were fresh. Everything was fresh. It was an A+ apple pie, just some guy. If you were here, I wouldn't be ashamed to serve you this pie. Now, I have had pies that I would be ashamed to serve you. If you came over, I would not give you these pies. You'd be like, Ethan, how about some pie? Do you have some pie? I'd be like, no, I have no pie to give you. But this pie, I'd be proud. I'd sit you down and I'd say, can I get you a coffee? And then enjoy this apple pie from this farm that I went to. And you'd say, wow, Ethan, it must be nice to live here in South Jersey. And I'd be like, yeah, it is because of this pie. So that's how good it was. I've had terrible pie. I've had good pie. There's no such thing as a 6-pack of pie. That's just that's about.
I think there's a marketing opportunity there.
No, there isn't. A 6-pack of pie is basically what he's saying is 3/4 of a pie. If you were to split a pie up, you would cut it into 8 pieces.
Yes, but
So,
but that there's money to be made because people will buy that just because it's called a 6-pack of pie.
6-pack of pie.
There's money there. It's liquid money. Well, it's baked money. Get that before Enemans does it, because they will listen to this and take it, and then they'll make money off it. You gotta.
They're already working on it now.
Exactly.
I'm an entrepreneur. I3054 says everything is pie with Ethan. No, I didn't bring up pie. You guys did. Why is it? It's like you guys ask me about pie, I answer you, and then you guys say you're obsessed with pie. I'm just answering you guys. And by the way, I've gained 10 pounds in the last month, in the last 2 weeks because of you guys and your pie obsession, which translates to me eating pie. 10 pounds.
It's a vicious cycle of pie.
It is. It doesn't end, Narwhal. It's just these guys, all they do is they talk to me about pie. I think about pie. By the way, the fact that here's the fucked up, excuse my language. Here's the screwed up thing, Narwhal. The fact that they constantly talk to me about pie. Do you know what it feels like to me?
What?
Feels like permission.
That's they're enablers.
Like. Yes, it feels like enabling. It feels like encouragement. It feels like permission. And because of them, I have eaten 5 pies in the last month. Total 5.
With Alcoholics Anonymous isn't the first step to recognize a higher power. So for your case, I'd recommend recognizing a higher pyre.
I think that would just add to the problem. If I started to think that God was involved with pies somehow, I think that would only exacerbate the problem. Listen, I've been to a 12-step program. I've actually been to Alcoholics Anonymous, even though I am not an alcoholic. I dated someone who was once. And so I've been to 2 Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. I understand the 12-step program. I understand it. And I've spoken openly about my powerlessness over pie. I've apologized to people in my life who have been hurt by my consumption of pie. And there have been quite a few. But I can't stop.
You haven't hit rock bottom yet from your pies. You need to go deeper.
No, I haven't hit rock bottom. I've hit fat ass though. All right, let's talk a little bit more about Kyung's incredible book, Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb, which right now is sitting at an incredible $4,755. Strike that, because you're on Comicsgate Live, you just hit $5,090. Congratulations, you broke $5,000 tonight.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. Black Cap, thanks for $20. You enable yourself, big boy. Stay away from the junk food aisle. Oh my God, they're killing me tonight. You guys are killing me tonight. Here's okay. Hang on, Kyung. Do you go grocery shopping by yourself? Yes. Okay. He's made a good point here. What he said is to stay away from the junk food aisle. In general, when you go grocery shopping, you want to kind of circle the circumference of the supermarket. You don't want to go down the aisles. The aisles are doomed. The aisles are processed crap. It's junk food. It's stuff you don't need. But for the most part, if you do all of your shopping, this is what everyone used to tell me. All of your shopping on the circumference of the store, you're going to walk in, you're going to hit produce. You want to hit the produce aisle hard. Okay, you want to hit the produce aisle as hard as you can. Then you circle around to fish for the most part. You want to hit the fish. You can hit a little steak. I'm a steak guy. I like to get a good steak. I tell the guys, I spread my fingers apart as far as I can, and I'm like, cut me a T-bone like that. And they do. By the way, Antonio Malpica. Hey, Critias, how you doing? I feel downtrodden, EVS. Why didn't Narwhal draw Detective Dead? I will never let down the day of betrayal. I love that guy. I knew it was you, Narwhal. You broke my heart. You broke my heart. What did you do to Critias?
I'm so sorry, Critias. I am behind schedule. You're one of the ones I missed, but I've been trying to keep up drawing fan art for all the campaigns.
That is true. You did not represent Detective Dead in your fan art. Well, I mean, from now on, you're not going to be. There's no more fan art. You are Comicsgate. You know, people are going to be doing fan art of your thing in a second. So Rhino4563, thanks for $2. Isn't there usually pie at AAA meetings? No, not AAA. That's for people whose cars are fucked up. Double A. That AA. That's Alcoholics Anonymous. Great Loner, thanks for $2. Enjoy a Monster Sugar Free on me, fellow boomer. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that very much as well. And Don Palmera, 200 yen. You need some pie shaming before you get pie. It's pie, but it's PAI. That's something that maybe Kyung can explain to me.
That's Thai pie.
Oh, Thai pie.
That has hot sauce on it.
Ew, I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that. I don't want my food to bite me back. You know what I mean? That's the problem with all of this. I mean, people are like, I like spicy food. I don't like spicy food. I don't want food to bite me back. So anyway, Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb by Kyung Lee. This has got to be one of the most. Oh wow, you're at $5,255 now. You're selling a lot of copies tonight. Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. This has to be the book that more people are asking me to promote. People have been recommending this book to me for a long time, and I've said, "Oh yeah," and they said, "Oh yeah," and so I finally got in touch with you. We instantly became friends. What was it about me that you realized that I was probably going to be your best friend?
Well, we both love pie.
Mm-hmm.
I may have a little bit more discipline, and I have a better success rate at avoiding those aisles at the supermarket.
That's not hard at all. Yeah,
but yeah, I just want to give a shout out to all the mods. So many mods have been very supportive of this book, and I have a very, very passionate fan base. They're going out there, and I didn't even have to ask. They want to push this book. They want it to succeed, and I'm very, very grateful. And so I'm giving it my all, and I'm hoping that, well, it got backed on the first day, so I was ecstatic, and immediately I got super pumped, and I've been working on the book nonstop ever since.
Yeah, no kidding, because look at it. She looks hot. By the way, hot chicks sell. News at 11.
Absolutely.
Go Jurified, thanks for $2. EVS, are you turning Andrea into a chubby chaser? Oh, I mean, look, she loves me anyway. I don't think that she particularly loves me being chubby, but she loves me in spite of that, and she takes good care of me. Don Palmera, thanks for 200 yen. Pie is boobies. Oh, did you know that? PAI is boobies.
Pie is, yeah, it could be boobies.
One for each boob. Yeah, pie.
This is all news to me. John Whalen, thanks for $2. Uncle Fat Boys Trio is looking to replace a fat. I don't want to be in the Fat Boys. I don't want to be in the Fat Boys. By the way, Nick Ricada is here, attorney at law. Hi, Nick.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. You know, we're promoting 2 new Comicsgate artists tonight. I want to introduce you to my incredible new friends, Kyung Lee, who does a book called Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb, which everyone is excited about tonight. And in a second, we are going to introduce you to another fella whose name is Narwhal, but his name might be Per Berg. Is that your name?
My real name's Per Berg, yeah.
Per Berg.
I don't mind, yes. It's not secret or anything. But I kind of just go by Narwhal.
Narwhal. Black Cap, thanks for another $10. Wow, do you wash down those pies with Pepto? Yeah, not so much. Nick, I don't really, you know what? Like, I don't really have acid reflux or anything from the pies I eat. I'm okay with that. I don't need Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, you know, there's lots of pie talk here. I mean, are we stretching into defamatory territory with how much pie they accuse you of eating, or do you actually consume that much pie?
I don't want to take anyone to court over this. I'm afraid that I will not be able to prove that they are defaming me. This is not a defamation per se lawsuit at all. I do eat a lot of pie, and I'm not going to deny it. Now, Per Berg is a newbie here at Comicsgate. Very happy to have him. Thank you, Danny Agent, for 40 yen. The live stream has become Manga Gate Live. By the way, is there a character named Manga Lloyd yet? Like a guy named Lloyd, but you draw him in manga style and you call him Manga Lloyd?
Not yet, but there will be.
That sounds like a good idea.
It was
Now
just invented.
Thank you. Johnny Dollar, thanks for $1.99. Eating Van Piver. I know, I got it. Cormoran, thanks for Australian $2. Uncle E, do you think you'd survive the apocalypse? Oh my God. A world without it's not like I need pies to survive, Nick.
I'm not sure. I do. I love this time of year because my wife's grandmother had a pie recipe, and they use Harrelson apples, and it's Harrelson harvest time right now. So pie is flowing up here in Minnesota, Stan. So
life without pie is a tragedy.
Yeah, it is. That sounds good, actually. The pies that you're describing sound pretty nice. Shannon McDaniel says, it gives me $2 and says, love Ricada, $2 for a shot. Are you drinking tonight, Nick?
I will be. I will be in a little bit on my stream, but I'm not yet. My kids are still awake, and I still have to take care of people. So
that's a thing. Eric and Boyd is yelling at me. He's like, that's kind of lame, EVS. He doesn't like my manga Lloyd. And some people are spelling it wrong. No, it's Lloyd, L-L-Y-O. No, L-L-O-Y-D. Like his name would be Lloyd. So no, you don't like it. It's not good. Well, not all my ideas are winners. You know, I'm first to admit that I'm fallible. I am a fallible man. Per Berg, also known as Narwhal, has a project called Earthbound. What is this about, dude?
It's about two agents, headhunters that are sent to Earth to recruit some warriors for this tournament. They're sent by their boss, but the warriors won't go. You can't just grab them. They have these special guns that if they shoot them with the guns, then that jacks their free will. So that's kind of the story is they have to, they get to Earth first, then they got to like recruit an army because the warriors are really strong. So they're shooting cops and they're shooting like the principal of the school because a lot of them are kids, and there's like strategy to it, you know, like that one of them, they need a ride. So they got to shoot a car, happens to be a soccer mom. So they got a soccer mom on their team for the rest of the story kind of.
I like soccer moms, Nick. Nick, I don't mind telling you, I like soccer moms.
Nothing wrong with soccer moms.
No, not at all.
What age do you like them?
My age. I mean, listen, I'm 44 years old. I'm a man. I'm not looking at little girls, you know, not at all. Vile Delinquent, thanks for $2. I think you missed my first two super chats with a frowny face. I'll go back and get them. Gojirified $2. Harrelson Pie, EVS likes heroin pie. What? I don't do heroin. What the hell? If I did heroin, I would never be on a live stream. I wouldn't be able to.
That'd be a dead stream.
Yeah, I'd be passed out in a corner. Don't I sound alive? Don't I sound like, you know, energetic and, you know, active?
Yeah, for someone who had an entire bottle of wine, you're very coherent.
Of course. Listen, I learned from the best. Nick Ricada drank 3 gallons
A fireball.
of Fireball the other night, and still managed to
He's
make
an
fun.
attorney. They have like iron stomachs. That stuff doesn't affect them.
Yeah, it's the funny thing is when I was in law school, I didn't actually drink much until law school. And I would go out with buddies after class, and they would put down monumental amounts of liquor.
Yeah.
And so people talk about how much I drink, and I'm like, oh, you haven't met any other attorneys, have you?
Yeah, you don't drink that much. And by the way, the stuff that you drink, you don't even like it. Like, you don't even like Fireball the way I do. I like cinnamon.
Oh, I hate it. I like cinnamon. I hate Fireball whiskey. But it's also a running joke back to the beginnings of my channel with a guy named Maddox in a lawsuit I covered. He likes Fireball whiskey and calls it a good whiskey. And you know, it's fine for people to like Fireball, but to call it like a quote unquote good whiskey is a little bit of a misstatement. But I am not a big fan. It's too sweet. I like a little bite.
What's a good whiskey for you? What do you
Well, I prefer a Lagavulin 16 Scotch, which is it's smoky and kind of like drinking a campfire. I really like that.
I got a bottle of that upstairs.
Yep, I like a Dalwhinnie 15 Distillers Edition. Oban's kind of good. It's a little too close to wine, and I'd rather just drink a bottle of wine if I was going to drink that. Other than that, on the bourbon territory, my favorite bourbon is actually this Peg Leg Porker bourbon, which is from the Peg Leg Porker restaurant in Nashville. So those are some good whiskeys.
I'm a red wine guy. I got to tell you, I'm the happiest when I've consumed an entire bottle of Frank Family. Frank Family red wine. It's Californian. It's fantastic. You know, get the Cabernet. You will thank me for this. Everyone who drinks Frank Family over at my house, which is, I mean, you know how you get older and you realize that you've kind of settled into what you like. I no longer just buy a bottle of wine just because King Kong is on the front of it. I mean, I have done that, you know. Now I've learned Frank Family Vineyards is the absolute best California wine that there is. Ben Cooper, thanks for $5. Ethan loves Soccer Mom pie. Only the Soccer Mom I've got upstairs. That's all I'm looking at. Go Jerified, thanks for $2. She's, you know, not my wife. I mean the one that I've kidnapped and changed the radiator. Go Jerified, thanks for $2. Nick drank too much and forfeited the debate. That's what I heard, Nick.
Yeah, apparently I was able to forfeit the debate for you under the I don't know the Jason's rules of debate. The Jason's rules are a thing like Robert's rules, from what I hear, and by moderating him, which I thought I moderated him pretty fairly, personally.
Yeah, you did.
And I gave him 2 hours and 50 minutes to make any kind of point that didn't involve Vox Day.
Oh, so frustrating.
and he just didn't do it. And so then, you know, he dropped a word that the YouTube algorithms would pick up on for a third time. And then the most important part is, while I was busy reprimanding him like a child who can't control himself, he decided to unmute himself and try to moderate the moderator. And let me remind everybody that he begged me to intervene on several occasions. He begged me to moderate. And so then when I did, he got mad about it. I didn't think that was very nice of him.
I would just like to say, overall, he chose you. I didn't ask to debate him.
Oh, right.
He asked me to debate him with you.
Right.
So, you know, all of his whining now, by the way, all he's really doing, I mean, you know, he's got this whole strategy with Renfamous. Their whole thing is, hey, if we just say outrageous stuff, we're going to get them to blow up and embarrass themselves, and then we can bother them with whatever it is they said in a rage-filled reaction to our insolence. That is the whole thing. I'm this close to muting him. I actually told him, like, please just listen, I don't want to mute you because we had a debate, but I'm this close to muting you at this point. Could you just like untag me with all of your silliness? And please do go on. I mean, if you want to go on and do your anti-Comicsgate spiel, I encourage you to. I have another, I'm trying to finish Cyberfrog so I can put out another, so I can do Rainbow Brute. I want you guys to talk about me nonstop, and I don't want to discourage it at all. But just don't tag me in it anymore. Just some guy. What do you think of that? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, you know, I get tagged in a bunch of stuff too, and I use that little thing on there that says mute this conversation, so that I can actually read what I want to read, because sometimes it just goes on forever, and like I don't have time for this.
K Brady, thanks for $3.99. He says, "Wait, what?" So Eric Larson. Eric Larson decided to open his mouth today. Eric Larson, who has been active on Twitter, decided to get involved with Cyberfrog. These people are watching Comicsgate happen, and they're seething.
He's the Savage Dragon guy, right?
Yes,
that is correct.
Okay.
They're scared to try it themselves too, because they wouldn't reach the levels that Ethan has.
Well, yeah. Well, now they're saying like don't worry. Oh my god, I gotta read this stuff to you. I mean, it's too funny. I actually retweet like when people say stuff like this. It's just incredible. It's like what is going on? All right, so hang on a second. Let me get to my own Twitter profile.
What I don't get while you're looking, what I don't get is how these guys at these major publishing houses, and this goes beyond comics into major media as well, how they haven't figured out what all of you guys have figured out, which is be accessible to the consumer, be polite to the consumer, and you'll sell books. You'll sell TV, we'll sell YouTube, right? You're just out there, you answer questions, you interact with people as if they're people, as opposed to if they're just these faceless dollar signs that and you're some untouchable celebrity. Like that's what they haven't figured out. And
some of them have, though. Sean Gordon Murphy did that. And he did it very, very well, partly because he got screwed over by Marvel years ago, but also because that just tends to be his personality. And Batman White Knight was successful in part because he was really good on social media promoting the book.
And when he got too good at doing that, then the SJWs would go after him too, and he'd leave Twitter for long periods of time.
They tried to take him out real quick. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, Sean Gordon Murphy. Well, listen. By the way, Nick, what you're describing sounds like a racket to me. Sounds like organized crime. By the way, this guy Ryan C. 4-Color Apocalypse. His name is @TrashFilmGuru. He is obsessed with us. I don't know what his deal is. He says his future orders were doomed to be far less anyway, since the main goal of the first couple of Comicsgate crowdfunders was to, quote, own the libs by throwing money at a couple of comics. Now that's done. The sales numbers on their next wave of books will be considerably lower. Well, we'll see, jackass. We'll see. We'll see if Rainbow Brute sells less than Cyberfrog. I tend
Rainbow Brute will crack 1 million.
Well, I don't want to get my hopes up, but I tend to think Rainbow Brute is going to outperform Cyberfrog. And the thing about it is that, again, the way that we're organizing this, and if you go along with what I do and my attitudes about this, by the way, Chaotic Neutral Gaming, thank you for $5. Ever tried tealing small batch or anything else? I like imported whiskeys, especially Irish. Do you want to answer that, Nick?
I have not had very many Irish whiskeys. I have a special bottle of Jameson Black Barrel that a friend of mine went to the Jameson distillery, and you can bottle your own. So he got me a bottle of that. But other than that, I've not delved too far into that. The imported whiskeys that I've had are all of the Japanese variety.
Darth Catter says LaFrog is better than LaGoblin. No. Incorrect. I like LaFrog, but that's like saying Coca-Cola is it's not even like RC Cola is better than Coke. That's your opinion. I don't think it's true. I think LaGoblin is the king of supermarket whiskey. Johnny Dollar, thanks for $2.99. Vox Pie. I don't want to think of. And John Whalen, $2. Porker Pie is Uncle E's go-to porno tape. Project Mage Punk, $5. Can we get Josh Howard in here? His IGG T-Bird and Throttle is less than 50% with only 10 days left. Well, we'll give everyone a chance eventually. Let me look at him. Shannon McDaniel, he put the smack on that moron. Dungbluth loved it. Yeah, I think he did. All right, so let me just go back to this. What these people don't understand is my model is to do away with the number 2, number 3, number 4 traditional comic book numbering, basically just by rote. Informs retailers and people who are buying your comics to not buy as many. If number 1 sells 80,000 copies, then number 2 is going to sell 50,000 copies, and there's no good reason for it except for the number on the front cover of the comic. It's stupid. If you look at Harry Potter, if you look at J.K. Rowling's model, the Twilight books, what are the gray books? 12 Shades of Gray, 50 Shades of Gray.
50.
They're 50 Shades of Gray. 50 Shades of Gray, those books sell more, if the same, if not more, just because of the way that they're launched and the way that they approach the consumer. You don't need to put a numerical value and an order on the comics. Just make every comic book a one shot, every comic its own little novel, and then just put it out there. Now it is part 2 in the ongoing story of Cyberfrog, but Wrecked Planet, which is going to be coming out next year, it's the second Cyberfrog book, is not going to have a number 2 on it. It's just another Cyberfrog story. It's going to sell the same.
Well, this is how that's how the universe genre of literature works as well, where you've got the Star Wars extended universe, you've got the like Warhammer 40K, you've got all that. You've got individual stories within those. They're not numbered. I mean, some of them are chronological and it helps to have the background lore, but you don't need it. It's a standalone book.
Doesn't that make sense? Why are comics, why do they do this? Why do they follow this newsstand periodical format that's outdated? It's outmoded. It doesn't work anymore. It automatically means, for no particular reason, fewer sales. Everything's got to change, I think, in this market if things are going to improve or make sense. Michael Beacon, thanks for $2. Savage Dragon ruined Sid from Toy Story for me. Why is that? I'm afraid to ask. Jay Ishiro Finney, thanks for $5. Long for the days when men were men, women were gorgeous, and beasts from the abyss didn't come with a trigger warning. Back case file Arkham on Indiegogo. See, that's how to sell a comic book right there. Benjamin Random, $5. Hey guys, it's Halloween time. What games or comics or movies do you guys enjoy most around this time? Currently playing Resident Evil 2. Let's see. I'm going to watch the Paranormal Activities movies because our friend Doug Tenaple recommended them today. Welcome back, Doug.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Doug.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity. Ooh, that first one.
That's a good one.
I saw
$12,000.
I saw Red Letter Media talking about the Psycho franchise. And there's like 4 Psycho movies. I'm going to try and watch those this month.
Well, those are my favorite movies. Did you know that?
No, I mean, I've seen the first one and it's amazing, but I didn't know about 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, two is very good. 3 is pretty good. 4 is kind of well. Listen, Tony Perkins is in all of them. He plays. He's calling into a radio show about people who have banged their mom in the 4th one, and everyone kind of figures out who he is. And that's the plot. So he's only in it a little bit. The Elliot from E.T. plays Norman Bates in that one, in the 4th one. But it was made for Showtime, I think, or HBO. It is okay. 2 and 3, but particularly 2, are worthy sequels for a movie that's untouchable and probably shouldn't have had sequels in the first place. But Psycho and Norman Bates, that whole franchise, I am the biggest fan in the world. I own one of the Bates Motel hotel keys. I've got one of them.
Did you watch the TV show?
Bates Motel, great TV show. I own some stuff from that as well. Yeah, I'm like I'm obsessed with it. I love it. There's Psycho posters and everything all over my room. I have autographs from everybody. I have a copy of Psycho on DVD and on VHS that's signed by the cast, and I don't know. I like it. That's what I'm into. So I'm going to talk about that.
I didn't even know there were sequels. I'm so far behind. I thought there was just one. I remember the remake that Vince Vaughn was in. They remade it shot for shot.
People hated on that just because of what it was. But go ahead and watch that and think of it as a community theater remake of Psycho, but with big stars. And I think you'll appreciate it because it is good.
Yeah, but definitely check out the second one. The second one, like Ethan said, is a worthy sequel.
Yeah, and it has Vera Miles in it. Who was the sister, and the heroine of the first movie. She's in it, and she kind of plays a villain in this one, in this version, depending on where your sympathies lie. But no spoilers. Watch them all; they're really, really good. And so, yeah, Psycho is. Oh, I love Psycho.
When was the sequel made? When was part 2 made? If it had the Elliot kid in it.
Well, 2 was made in 82. And let's see, 3 was made in like 83 or 84. And then there was a long gap. I think Psycho 4 was made in 1990. And that's the one with Elliot. And he plays Norman Bates. And they're actually, if you watch the Bates Motel TV show, their treatment of Norman and his mother their relationship being a little too intimate, a little too close, a little too that it's treated with a little bit more respect and kindness. And obviously Norman Bates is mentally ill, and she's aware of that, and she's a victim of incest and sexual abuse her whole life. So their relationship is wacky. But in Psycho 4, Elliot sleeps with his mom. I mean, Norman Bates, there's no question about it. There's everything that you assumed. But here's the thing about Psycho 4 is it was actually written by the guy who wrote Psycho 1. He actually wrote the sequel. He wrote the screenplay to this thing. And this guy must have felt like, who was it? Joseph Mankiewicz. He must have felt that like, hey, it's the 90s. It's not the 60s anymore. I don't have to spell things out. I can actually say them. I can depict them. So no more euphemisms. Let's just go whole hog. And he did. I mean, you get to see Elliot fuck his mom. So yeah, if that's what you want to see.
Okay. It's totally against my religion, but okay.
All of them are good. All of them are worthy sequels. They're a lot of fun. 4 is the least of them because it was a made for a Showtime movie, but I'm definitely checking. Now I want to watch him again.
Yeah.
We should do it. Yeah, we should do a live stream where a bunch of us just get together and watch Psycho movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Arky says we synchronize the play, but you can turn the sound down so you don't get dinged for copyright material. We can just all talk, and the audience could watch along at home and hear the commentary.
Well, that's what we do. I mean, we'll say, okay, these are the numbers here on the screen. We're at 1 minute and 57 seconds, 58, 59, and then everybody synchronizes, and we all watch it together with commentary.
Oh, what about The Exorcist? That'd be fun because I don't want to watch that alone ever again.
Really, I'll watch. There aren't too many movies that I never want to see again, except for Human Centipede. You
watched that movie?
I don't want to see that once.
I saw Human Centipede 1 and it was funny. Human Centipede 2 was made by someone. It was excreted from the mind of somebody who had sold his soul to the devil. It was the worst, most evil movie I've ever seen.
In case you thought the floor wasn't reached on Centipede 1.
Well, Human Centipede 1. You can show that to your friends. Here's the thing. Human Centipede 1 there's a lot more, it's suggested a lot more than shown. It's like it really is fun to just say, yeah, but what if you got 3 people together and sewed them together mouth to butt, and then they all you know what I mean? Like, that's funny. People hear that and they laugh, and then you actually see it, and at one point the front segment of the centipede can no longer hold her dinner in, or his dinner in. I think it's the guy who's in the front, and the mad German doctor is like, feed her, and he's like, oh my god, and you hear him poop into her mouth.
Come on.
Happy Halloween. I mean, that's it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. You can show that to your friends. Human Centipede 2, you cannot show that to your friends. You can't. It's demented. It is demented. People are saying, can we change this up? Yeah, we can absolutely change this up.
I'm gonna go with House of a Thousand Corpses, followed by Devil's Rejects. And those are both Rob Zombie movies, and Devil's Rejects is fantastic. Fantastic.
Those movies are also I don't know, you feel sick when you're watching them, right?
Gore porn.
The first one's a little bit more like that, the campy, very, very gory, very violent. Devil's Rejects, I thought, was actually a very competently executed horror story movie, with much better acting. Like House of a Thousand Corpses is an homage to like the Grindhouse, but Devil's Rejects is quite good.
Hills Have Eyes kind of thing too.
Devil's Rejects.
Hills Have Eyes is tough. That's a tough movie to watch.
Yeah. What about I like the creepy ones like The Innocents, that black and white film with the 2 little kids.
Yeah.
That's the craziest. It's got it's back in the age of like film noir. So it's like the best black and white photography you'll ever see. It's just creepy. There's one moment where this ghost goes across the hall and it just makes my hair stand up. It's one of the scariest things for just like that little half second. Just like, ugh.
We should do that with Comicsgate Live. We should watch horror movies together every single night.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
comment
huge.
on.
Huge.
See, I'd just be giggling the entire time because I don't really find them scary.
Well, I don't really find them scary anymore either. I hope to. I always hope they're going to be terrifying. They're going to, you know what? When I saw Nightmare on Elm Street 1 back when I was a kid, I was like 10 years old. I saw it at my friend's house, and I was terrified to actually leave his house.
Yeah,
like I was afraid to walk home.
It's actually scary, but then he starts doing the one-liners, and you.
Yeah, that's like a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't see it that way as a kid. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I wish I could be that scared again.
Yeah.
The last movie that really unsettled me, like I said this morning, was Blair Witch Project when it first came out. Because that just seemed like, hey, this is the way they promoted it was, this is footage. This is the last remaining footage of real kids that, you know, died in the woods, and you're not meant to see this. Like, you should, like, that was really, really good promotion. It was the first found film kind of, you know, project. And I believed it. I didn't believe it, but I bought into it to enjoy the experience. And I did. I was definitely unsettled by it back in 2000. I haven't had that happen since. And the Paranormal Activity movies, I know they got you, Doug. They didn't get me.
Oh man, they got me.
Have you guys seen It Follows?
Yeah, that was good.
I like that one.
That was good. I don't like, I'm tired of seeing teenagers tortured. What is that? By the way, the Hunger Games strikes me the same way.
Yeah.
I went to see the Hunger Games with my son because he read the books, took him to the movies. And as an adult, as a parent, I was horrified by that movie. I was angry. I was sickened by it. I was like, these children are firing arrows into each other's chests. Like, they're killing, it's kids killing kids.
Yeah.
Like, why is nobody upset by this except for me? I don't understand.
And dystopian political future. It's kind of like Handmaid's Tale for kids. The dystopian thing.
Vile Delinquent, thanks for $5. Get hyped for the sci-fi space epic Empyrean Skies, people. Hashtag Comicsgate. Vile Delinquent again, $2. Tell us about your rivalry with Peter David. Do I have a rivalry with Peter David?
You do now. Make it up.
Yeah, I don't think I have a rivalry with Peter David. I think we got into a little bit of a skirmish once back in the 90s, but you know, I haven't talked to him since. Yeah, Bagel Goose is here. He says someone offered me super heroin in an alleyway yesterday. Games are escapism, says fan subreddit at r Comic Artist Pro Secrets. So I guess there's a whole Reddit subreddit based around me. That's terrifying. And let me see here. I'm trying to see. Somebody said that I missed their super chats. I hope I get them. This live stream has become a Mangagate Live, says Danny Agent. I don't know. I think I'm good. I think I'm good from here. Hey, all right. So have you guys ever heard of Goblin Slayer? Asked Tyler Preston. It's awesome.
That's the one that's making the rounds right now. It's gotten a lot of popularity because the anime came out, and it depicted the horrific violence and opening rape scene that's in the comic. And now people who aren't familiar with real anime are like, oh my god, they did something terrible in it. Yeah, that's tame. Have you never seen Crimson Wolf, for Christ's sake? This is nothing. Ninja Scroll, like, what are you talking about? All you little children, you've never watched the real anime. Shut up.
Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, it's like, it's
Kenshiro is my dude.
they're all like whining over, oh my god, she got eviscerated, and like, yeah, it's the theme of the story. Come on, you can't be tame about it. It's a mature story. Deal with it.
I think they just don't know what to do when goblins aren't like cutesy and funny, right? Like they don't realize that that goblins. I don't know how they missed this, but goblins aren't a joke. They're not comic relief. They're horrifying. Murderous.
Yeah, I feel that way. I feel like I think of goblins from Lord of the Rings, and those guys.
Yeah,
they're no fun.
Evil agents. Of evil.
Yeah, they're hideous. They're small, but they're dirty, and they have
anime always has like those. They have the ears going straight out. They look like a teen boy with blue skin. The ears go straight out. I don't get that. Why aren't they up like regular animals? They go
Because
straight.
they don't want to have to animate it. That's why.
They have a cute little fang.
They probably just didn't want to have to animate it, and it's a stylistic choice. I think there's some older Japanese drawings that are similar to that, where the ears are sort of like sticking out for some of the other stuff, and they probably just carried it over. But it's also easier to animate, honestly.
I always think of Brian Froud when I think of fairies and goblins.
Yeah, the Dark Crystal guy. He designed the Dark Crystal
Labyrinth, and
Brian Froud. And did the gnomes. He did gnomes. He's a great
TV show?
No, it was like a big boutique book. He would do these huge art of books. It looked a lot like the Dark Crystal type stuff, but he started with doing gnomes and kind of would write all the backstory in it, kind of like Dinotopia, kind of did that from his style.
I remember that.
Really great, really high-end illustrations.
Dung Blue spent a lot of time on the toilet, says Channing McDaniel. Gojirify, Pork or Pie is a game show on the Playboy channel. Cars in Depth, $2. Don't hashtag use book ISBN to save money with Media Mail. I will. Critius is here. He says, how do you embarrass an archaeologist? Give him a used tampon and ask him which period it came from. That is straight from the Catskills. That's some Shecky Green right there. Thank you, Critius. Zebulon Pike, check out Red Letter Media review of Psycho films. Channing McDaniel, part 2 is awesome. I had a thing for Meg Tilly. Yeah, she was cute in that. I think you see her naked in that one. Johnny Dollar, thanks for $1.99. Serbian Pie V. Cars in Depth. Do you know about American Movie and Mark Borchards' Coven? No.
Yeah. You've seen that.
What is that?
That's the really bad low budget movie. He was on Letterman and stuff. Coven, and he'd say, "No, it's Coven, like or Coven, like oven, not Coven, even though it was called Coven." Yeah. And he shot this black and white movie himself, super low budget, super bad, and he got really famous more from the documentary called American Movie that is about the shooting of Coven, and it is just an awful low budget, great film.
Well, it sounds cool. I'll check it out.
And he's like super into it, like one of those, the young super into it director. And he's got kind of this burnout sidekick who's like, yeah, man. These are like real people, real directors, shooting a film. And he thinks he's making like the great American horror story, and it is great. That's worth seeing. American Movie is the one that you want to see, is the actual documentary, and it has enough clips of the movie, which is all you need to see.
People want to know what you're drawing right now, Doug. Do you want to show or no?
Can't you just cut out?
Can't you just cut out? You don't want to show what you're drawing?
Oh, me? I'm sorry. I say you were cutting out. I'm doing. These are pages for the sketchbook again. I'm doing a black and white prequel story to where how Poseidon how he got captured in America in the 1850s to get stuck in the cryptozone, and it gives the backstory for the Kraken, where they came from, ancient history.
Nice. Charles Wright says The Entity with Barbara Hershey is a great film.
Oh yeah, that is scary too.
I got to meet her a couple months ago. Barbara Hershey.
She looks great.
Yeah. Well, not a Comic-Con, an autograph show. I'm going to another one. I'm going actually to the same one this October, Chiller Theater. I can't wait. The end of the month. Aaron Cook should make a video of you rolling in all that Cyberfrog money and tag your haters. Use Goodbye Horses as background music. Well, that would probably send a weird message. Midnight TV, thanks for $5. It's the realistic depiction of a D&D adventure that makes Goblin Slayer interesting. That bad things happen to the characters. Plus, the Punisher. What do you think of that? Goblin Slayer. I want to see it now. I saw Troll Hunters.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Gojirify, EVS is doing an origin story for Poseidon. I'm not doing that. All right. So there's some people here who who are new. We've got 1,197 people watching now. I want to introduce you to my new guests. These are my new friends, Doug.
Oh, good. I like new friends. I like the Planet of the Apes painting guy. Did you do that, Narwhal?
Yeah, that's a speed painting. There's the process video on my YouTube channel too.
What's your YouTube channel? That's fantastic.
It's Narwhal Books, and it's a bunch of disorganized crap. But from last summer, there's some good process paintings.
That's videos. A great painting.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Narwhal came to my attention today. He's basically done fan art of all of Comicsgate projects. And I was like, who is this guy? This guy's great. And I just invited him on. His name's Per Berg. He lives in Portland, which is like, are you sure like you're Comicsgate? You live in Portland.
I'm the diamond in the haystack, baby.
Dude, what is it like living there right now? It must be crazy.
Well, I got an InfoWars shirt and a MAGA hat, and I can't wear those in public.
All right, for that, everyone back Earthbound graphic novel. Earthbound. I put the link in the description. Of course, the link is in the description to support Earthbound. Look, he's got a long way to go. He's just started, but he's got almost $400. He's trying to get to $4,000. This guy is an incredible artist. Yeah, absolutely incredible. His Cyberfrog drawing. Look at the just expressiveness here. Look at this. Look at the flamingos flying away. This is beautiful, beautiful art. It's animated. It looks alive. It's expressive. Look at these cheerleaders in the band. This is just terrific, terrific storytelling. Great animated style artwork.
Oh yeah, I recognize you now from Twitter. I've seen you on my Twitter feed.
Yeah. You gave me a shout out a week ago or so.
Yeah, this is great work. Really creative.
Thank you.
Man, it's good.
Great colors.
I'm getting this.
Yeah, so the link is in the description, guys. This guy, we've got to get Per Berg up to $4,000. We've got to get him funded. If you guys wouldn't mind, take a look at what he's got going on here. Let me look at his tiers. He's got $8 digital copy, $12 digital copy, signed printed copy. That's the one that you want to get.
That's the bread and butter.
No, get the $30 one. Get the Earthbound Plus bonus comic.
There's only 30 of those available, I think, or 20 or something.
20. There are only 20 of these. And then 25. He's got 25. You get the Earthbound plus a head sketch. These are all reasonably priced. It would be great if you guys could get together, support Per Berg, who has a Trump hat. He wears a MAGA hat, and he lives in Portland, Oregon.
Poor guy. Help a guy out.
Oh my God, dude!
I got maced, but that was a different story.
How did you get maced? What happened?
I got maced at a bar. This is like a few years ago. I mean, so it's a totally different story, but it was a birthday party, and I was at a bar, and I looked kind of like a homeless guy, so they kicked me out early. But my brother, who's a Marine, he was really mad. Then he bought 2 pitchers and smashed them on the ground and said, "Screw this place!" And he started to run out, but the bouncers grabbed him. This is in Seattle, by the way. But so then they pulled him back into the bar so he couldn't get away. And I saw that happening. I was by this time far away, but I start running towards them and I was like, "You do not mess with my brother. He's a United States Marine." And then they maced me.
Whoa. What's it like? What's it feel like to get maced?
It's the most painful thing I've ever felt. It lasted for an hour too. And I was crying a lot and I could barely breathe because my nose was getting all stuffed up. My brother walks up. He's like, "Perry, you're such a pussy." And they're like, "No, dude, he got maced." And he's like, "Oh."
Well, you know what? You know what my reaction to that story is, ironically, or interestingly enough? I'm like, I gotta get some mace.
Oh yeah, it works.
Yeah, I want to get some mace and spray some SJWs some anti-comic skaters who would harass me at a convention. I would like to mace them in the face.
Dude, it works.
It works.
Keep my card handy.
Yeah. Well, I would get the mace and I would spray these guys right in the face at a Comic-Con. What that'd be
Got your book. I'm number 12. Number 12.
Thanks, Doug. Great.
Dude, I'm happy. I got
the
sketchbook. I got the one of the last, what is it, 20 left, 30? I win.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, gentlemen, I gotta buzz out, but thanks for having me on. I'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much. It was great having you here.
See you, Nick.
See you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, the great Nick Ricada, Ricada Law. If you haven't yet subscribed to his channel, make sure that you do. He is our legal counsel. He will absolutely let us know when we're about to say something that will get our asses sued and destroy our lives like Mark Wade has destroyed his own life. Pearberg, by the way, has just jumped up to $468 because of you guys, because of your interest in Earthbound, the graphic novel. 2 headhunters converge on Earth to recruit 5 deadly warriors for the Galactic Grand Prix. Sounds badass. And, you know, it sounds like the kind of book that, is it appropriate for kids or not?
I might change some of that because there's some F-bombs and stuff, but I might just take them out because I've been more and more into the capitalism of the wider audience. You know?
I agree.
Yeah, a lot of us feel that way. Cyberpunk is going to be pretty violent, but yeah, I'll keep the language out. Yeah, I see the F word here. I pull the language out just so this kind of thing is okay for kids to read. And this looks like the kind of thing that, you know, kids like 10, 12, 13, 14-year-olds would probably be pretty into because it involves kids, in the future.
I want my kids to read it, and I'll enjoy it more than they do, but I'm just saying there's no reason we should cut them out, you know? If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm taking the F-bombs out.
Like grow your audience, man. Get it big.
You're at $608 now. Thank you guys. Thank you, Comicsgate. Get in there and support Earthbound. I also want you to support Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb by our new friend, Comicsgater Kyung Lee. Kyung, how are you?
I'm still good.
Good. Kyung, how did you come up with this idea for Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb? Where did this come from?
Well, back in 2004, I was playing a game called City of Heroes, and it was an MMO where you could customize your superhero and go do heroic deeds. And my character was Knuckle Bomb, who's a martial arts based fighter with kind of elemental attributes supplementing her abilities. And I kind of sat on that idea for a while and started playing around with designs every now and then. And just kind of pulled the trigger and decided to go for it.
Well, it looks really cool. By the way, hi, Sketch Therapy in the chat. Appreciate your being here. Corrine L as well. Nice to see you. This looks like a phenomenal book. Everyone who sees this is interested in it, mostly because it's rare. We haven't really seen this kind of thing since the 1990s, where women are allowed to be beautiful, sexy, hot. Everyone sees this and they kind of just go, yeah, I'm going to try that. I'm going to read that. I'll find out what that's about. I'll investigate. I don't know why this is not okay anymore. I don't really know. Comicsgate is firmly in the camp that this is more than okay. This is what sells comics. This is what people want to read and want to spend their money on. And God bless you for just coming out and just saying, hey, I'm going to do a kick-ass, gorgeous woman, who's shaped like a woman. And, we'll see how it goes. I love Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. This looks like a great book. Let's see the tiers here that you can get. $15 is just a single copy. And by the way, I love that it's signed. I appreciate that. You know, a lot of people talk about, hey, when are you going to come here? When are you going to come there? I want to meet you. I want to get my comics signed. And, we can't go all over the world anymore. I mean, I spent 2010 traveling the world doing conventions. I can't do it anymore. It was just too much on my family. I'm going to stay home. But I and other Comicsgaters are going to offer you autographed comic books, pre-signed, so that you don't have to worry about meeting us. And who wants to meet us anyway, Doug?
Gross. I know, right?
Yeah. You'll be disappointed.
Signature. Get the signature. Then they own a piece of you.
Get the signature. You don't want to meet me. I will disappoint you. I promise you. And Doug definitely will. So just get his autograph. Get my autograph.
Hey, I got Knuckle Bomb, so I'm getting his autograph too. Looks great.
Oh, yeah, good. Knuckle Bomb.
What are you doing that black and white? And is that Clip Studio or Manga Studio?
Yes, Clip Studio.
Yeah, it looks great.
I swear to God, Doug is one of my favorite people in Comicsgate. I love Doug. He's so funny. $15 single signed copy, $25 for 2 signed copies. Look at this, $5 for $50 if you're a retailer, and $75 you get the signed comic and a sketch cover comic. So that's just you get the blank cover, individual sketch of. Oh, you're gonna draw on it?
I'm actually gonna draw it. Yes.
Oh God, what are you, nuts? You're gonna.
That's like cheap original art. You can't even get that at a Comic-Con.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do something special for the debut issue.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
And I'm actually pretty quick. I was on Mike had me on Drawn and Quartered, not this week but last week, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So yeah.
Did he cheat and win his own show again because it was his channel?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He was accused of cheating this week because he went over the limit. He was drawing even after the timer.
I know, right? He totally robbed everyone of his Lobo thing. I was on to him.
Well, let me explain something to everyone in the chat right now. $75, you get the comic, you get a signed comic book, and you get the sketch variant cover with an individual sketch. Yeah, no wonder 28 out of 50 are already claimed. These are not going to last very long. How long has this been going on? How long?
We're on day 3.
Day 3, and look at this. This is lunacy. You are going to rock it. All of those are going to get sold pretty quick. You just sold a couple more copies. I would recommend that if you're watching this now, go ahead and just drop the $75 and be one of the last. Oh, by the way, you just sold 2 more of these. Be one of the last 20 people who is going to be able to get a sketch from Kyung of Knucklebomb. Get a free sketch. It's not free, but it's practically free. $75 for a sketch of Knucklebomb. That just seems like a good deal to me. Be one of the last 20 people to do that. We got 1,225 people in here. These are not going to last.
And the guy can draw. It's great art. Like, to me, that's the thing is I like seeing guys come into Comicsgate who can draw. Like, it makes me so proud.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, you don't like it? You don't like the
competition? I'm very uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't like it at all.
It's not your style, Ethan. It's okay. There's lots of different kinds of quality out there. It's
I don't like it. When Mike S. Miller came in, I didn't like it. When you came in, I didn't like it. I liked being alone in Comicsgate, basically.
I like being challenged to do better, though. So see, you guys, we got to show off in front of each other.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I like being singular, and I like being the best at Comicsgate when I'm the only one. So I'm jealous of everyone. I'm definitely jealous of Kyung. I'm definitely jealous of Narwhal. But if you are somebody who is just somebody who appreciates art and isn't just envious and spiteful of artists who are better than you, then absolutely pick up Battle Maiden, Knucklebomb, and Earthbound over here. Earthbound, by the way, is picking up steam. Look at this. Watch this number change. Watch 608 change into boom, $946 instantly. Congratulations.
That's amazing. Yeah, thank you. Thanks to everyone in the chat. And Ethan, that's so cool.
Well, yeah, it's our pleasure. Now watch this number change from 5,500. Let's update this real quick. Boom, $6,385. That is Comicsgate, and that is totally awesome. People are saying, Ethan, you need alliance. Ethan, don't sell yourself short. Ethan is speaking the truth. Well, all right. No, listen, I'll grow out of it. I mean, my envy, my need to be the best and failing and falling short, I'll grow out of it.
We push each other to get better.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do that. I'm actually going to stop looking at everybody as an existential threat and start looking at them as an encouraging, inspiring push forward.
It makes you look better to be with talented guys, to be in that group. Like if Image was just standing there and everyone sucked and there was just like one great artist in there, you'd go like, Image. But when they're all superstars, you're like, whoa, I want to be in that group.
Yeah. I'm going to try to look at it that way. I'm going to try to stop sabotaging everyone and try to start helping them.
Destroying these guys' campaign. It's a crime they have 5,000. It's a crime they have 500 behind their campaign. It's a crime that must be remedied.
Battle Maiden Knucklebomb. Now it's $6,650. Let's go down here and see how many of these he sold. Yeah, no kidding. Now there are only 6 left, guys. We're
gonna sell out. Then they'll all be bummed. Screw you! I got one. Well, and look how hard is it to draw a woman like that? That is so hard.
I've spent beginning of my career. I did like 10 years of freelance, and the majority of it, the vast majority, was drawing Street Fighter fan art, namely Chun-Li.
It's great.
And Chun-Li is known for her muscular thighs. So
her legs. Your legs are great.
Oh yeah,
that is hard.
I love this. I love this muscle here into the kneecap. I love this. Yeah, she's thick. She's got those thick legs. I wouldn't want to be kicked by her.
You actually can see more of the. You can actually see the actual pages if you scroll down to the story segment.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I saw that you did an ink of like a mammoth too. It was a great looking. Or was that the other guy? Who did the ink of the mammoth? Was that the other guy?
That was me.
That was you. That mammoth was great too.
That's for the $60 tier, I think.
Oh, that's
I can
cool.
do 8.5 by 11 ink wash.
Now, this is the kind of violence that it's hard to disapprove of right here. This is the kind of violence that's okay with everyone.
Totally mainstream, totally cool. That's just good action, dynamic
action. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong. Oops. There's nothing wrong with that. What's going on here? Look at this again. I approve of this. I approve of this. I approve of all of it. This is, again, it really goes to show that women can do anything that men can do. And then one other thing. That is how women are. Like this impresses me about women.
Does she have a baby in the comic? Is that the other thing?
That's a picture of her giving birth right there.
She's giving birth to a knuckle punch.
Yeah.
To a pile driver.
Force of will, #1. So this is a dynamite looking book. Of course, everyone is going to support this comic. And by the way, anyone who's watching, there's a market. There's a market for this comic. Do you want to see it? There it is, $7,460 now. It just jumped up $800.
Thank you so much, you guys.
In a couple minutes. You dummies out there who
That's
are
amazing.
These people who think that Squirrel Girl is the way to go. You dummies. This is what people want to buy. This is what what normal people want to buy. They want to buy this. Of course they do. I want to buy this. Everybody wants to buy this. Let's get back to normality. Is it normality or normalcy? What's the word I'm looking for?
Normalcy.
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 All right, let's get to Earthbound. Now, Earthbound is a book that's basically about kids being recruited to fight to the death. The Galactic Grand. Are they fighting to the death?
Well, in this book, it's different. There's a spin on it because the guns don't kill you if you get shot. They just switch you to the other side, kind of. So it's non-violent in that way.
The other side being really hell?
No, it's like the two people are competing, recruiting for this team, and there's 4 targets, and they have to get the best of 4. And if there's a tie, then there's a tiebreaker. That's WizKid, and WizKid's kind of the main character, so he's the tiebreaker in the competition. And then Julia immediately befriends him and tries to get him on her team. And
magnificent. Yeah. We want to come out as much as we can and support Earthbound. It looks damn cool. Earthbound Between Two Breaths on Earth is a 140-page graphic novel. 3 years in the making. This took 3 years for you to kind of conceive and put together.
Yeah, it's been in the background. So because I had one sort of real job in the comic industry the past couple of years. It's a book called Machete Squad that's out now, and that's a good book too. People should check it out. And that's like, the art is not quite as good as kind of still. It's good though. It's like my style, but I'm a little more proud of Earthbound. And then Earthbound is one I wrote myself, and I was working on that in the background, and then one other project and a little bit of writing and stuff. So it's gone a little bit slower than I'd hoped, but I've been able to stick with it.
Beautiful drawing. Are you coloring yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, and just the colors are absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I love the reflection here. This is great. I just look at the action here as these kids shoot darts at each other.
One of them's doing like a flying kick too, like a flying spread kick down lower. It's
no, he's just coming in. He's running in from the next room.
But I like that perspective. No, I mean in a next panel, in one of the other panels, he's doing this big, great flying kick.
Oh, right here, yeah.
Right there, look at that.
Oh yeah.
That's it. That animates, man, in my head.
Yeah, that's a good like 2-panel 1.1.2 like key animation or whatever.
Well, the gestures are really loose and they flow very well.
Thank you. Yeah, that's my thing, pretty much.
I gotta look at this. I'm sorry. I'm just studying.
I'm slobbering. Yeah, I'm stealing
Doug, this is your kind of thing too. Like Doug is
I know me and Doug might be kindred spirits.
It's the animator thing.
Yeah.
Here, look at this. Look at this.
I want to show him. I want to show people what he did of Cyberfrog. Look at this. Watch this right here. I mean, this just kills me. I know he drew other people's characters, but all I really care about. Look at his version of Cyberfrog. Look at his big. Look at the big fat fingers here. The fingertips here. I mean,
It's good. That's good animation. Kind of some of the self-ink line work is like Kyle Baker too. I like that animated thing.
Yeah, I really like this. I'm pleased with it. Let's go check out and see if we've sold any copies of Earthbound. It'd be nice if we did. Let's see if you guys are supporting this comic. Let's go from 946, boom, 1153. Thank you guys so much for backing Earthbound. Now, look, we're only 28% of the way there. We need to get to $4,000. If you guys throw some support behind this book, throw some support behind Narwhal, make his dream come true. His dream is to just produce a comic book. He wants to produce this comic book for you guys. He's a fantastic, I mean, his artwork is just animated. It's alive. It's deceptively simple, but it's breathing. I don't know how else to put it. It's breathing and it's moving. It's beautifully colored. It is a gorgeous project that I would love to see actually come to fruition. And I know that Comicsgate can make this happen.
I want to be caught supporting that. You know, of all the stuff where I throw my money, it's like, you know, these big giant Disney blockbusters and stuff, they don't need my money. These guys on their way up and really, frankly, over talented for where they're at, you know, on starting out a campaign. You guys have put your time in and then some. I love rewarding that with support. I want a copy of the book. I mean,
and I'm not the best at like pitching the story, but the script is really strong. That's a lot of what I did in my 20s was screenwriting. And I'm really proud of the script. It moves fast. And I have a few endorsements on Twitter, like of people. I kind of have a reputation of being the good indie writer. I was like below Comicsgate. I was the good indie writer kind of guy.
Well, I think you're going to fit in pretty well around here. Let's check back in on Battle Maiden Knucklebomb. Of course, listen, yeah, $7,935. Kyung's got to be pretty happy right now. I think he sold out of the sketch covers. Yeah, no kidding. Sold out of sketch covers.
Cool.
Now I guess the biggest thing to do is to get 5 copies, 5 signed copies of the book. You know, absolutely. If you're a retailer, or even if you are somebody who, you know, you want to read one, you want to keep one bagged up for yourself, and then you want to sell 3 later on when it's worth $1 billion. Probably not $1 billion, but $1 million. Good investment. Just hang on to them or give them to friends. You know, also retailers, you know, pay attention to this. I mean, these Comicsgate books, they're going to surprise you all. They're going to surprise people who don't see this movement coming. These projects are gaining momentum. People care about them. People do want to support them. Some people aren't aware of them. Cyberfrog is closed down. I'm getting all these messages from people saying, how can I buy Cyberfrog? You can't. You can't. You're going to have to buy it secondhand at this point. It's not available. Battle Maiden Knucklebomb, same thing. It's not going to be available the same way that other comic books are available. Now is your chance. You know, now's your chance to back this. Now is your chance to back Earthbound. You're going to have a limited amount of time to go ahead and support these projects. Earthbound's at 1161 right now. It needs to get to 4,000. And Battle Maiden Knucklebomb, again, is just kicking ass right now. Boom, just broke 8,000. Congratulations. Yes, congratulations, Keon. Massive. All right, let me read some super chats. Bear with me here. Let's catch up here. Dun, dun, dun. Wow, there are a lot. All right, Uncle E or Doug asks CD, you guys should have Miss Jazz DeFunk on here. She's an illustrator, cartoonist, and her stuff is amazing. Well, is she Comicsgate? That is the question. Are you guys Comicsgate?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Gojirify, that's painting of Caesar from the new Apes films. Yeah. Reagan Lodge, back Earthbound. It's like Liefeld meets Aeon Flux. Custom Songmaker. Goblin Hunter is violent, but Black Clover is best anime. It's also a manga, which is superior to any American comic, and Japanese pie has raw fish in it. All this, everything said disturbs me. Aaron Cook, I'm sorry. Thank you for $5. Want to start the pool on how long till your foes take you joking about macing violent SJWs out of context? I think they could just take it for what I said. I will mace violent SJWs right in the face. Apparently it works. I like that.
For an hour. It works for an hour.
Did you see that guy? Did you see that one? I love that footage of there are a bunch of hippies, college students blocking a path, and just a cop just walks by and casually like maces them all in the face. That is the most remarkable bit of footage I've ever seen in my life. He's just kind of like, okay, well, you're not going to move. We asked you a bunch of times. All right, so he's almost like watering his lawn. Like that's the way he's doing it.
Like a fire hose.
Well, it's not even a fire hose. He's just casual, like just right down the line, right in the face. Good times. Aaron Cook,
crop dusting.
He's like, I'm watering my hippies. Junior Ruiz, thanks for $2. Support Gusto Indiegogo in its final days. Support Gusto. Matthew Mayer, thanks for $3.50. Hey, Just Some Guy, I love your channel.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, everyone does. If you haven't subscribed to Just Some Guy, absolutely go over there. His videos will they're funny, they're pointed. You really kind of point the figure of justice better than most people. I always agree with you and always go, yeah, I didn't look at it that way, but you agree with me and you have a new perspective on it, and I like that.
I was going to be a lawyer, and then I changed my mind because I have a profane mouth, and that doesn't do well in court.
You'd be a great lawyer.
You'd make a better Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, but then people would accuse me of rape when I didn't do it.
Oh God. Yeah, but I think that, you know what? Oh, never mind. I won't get into it. Every time I talk about it, I lose subscribers. I have to watch my political mouth. Great Loner, $2. Kyung Lee, I voted for your Rogue sketch last week.
Rogue? It was actually a Starfire. Rogue was the week before.
Yeah, okay. Critias is here. He says, Doug is your favorite Comicsgater. You've crushed me under the load of your foot.
Oh, Critias. You'll always be our favorite.
Yeah. Fan advocacy.
He's working on a Bigfoot Bill story too. He's putting Bigfoot Bill in like some bonus material for Death Detective. It's going to be great.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Fan Advocacy Network. Thanks for $1.99. Back to Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. Thumbs up. That's good. Jay Ishiro Finney. Case File Arkham. Best deal on Indiegogo. $35 gets you 280 pages of hot dames, cold comfort, and Lovecraftian horror in your mailbox before Christmas. This guy knows how to write a pitch.
That is good.
Yeah.
What was that for again? What was the pitch?
It's called a Case File Arkham. Case File Arkham. So look that up on Indiegogo. Arkham, of course, is spelled ARKHAM. Custom Songmaker, $5. LOL at women can do anything men can do. Only a man's pleasure can create life. Without the male gaze and arousal, the human race would go extinct. I agree, Custom Songmaker. I agree. Without men, women can't do anything. Gojirify, thanks for $5. I think he needs more than $4,000 for a 148-page book. Let's back it bigly. Yeah, definitely. Make sure that he prospers here. Logan Cook, $10. Can someone else have a frog story if it's different? I have a parody of the Frog Prince I've been working on since 2017, but Uncle Ethan owns frogs now, and I would only do it with your permission. I don't own frogs. You can do whatever you want with frogs.
Frogs, TM. Ethan Van Skyver.
Yes, unless you're Vox Day.
Vox Day, he's hitting up frogs right now. He's getting
yeah, he is. No, feel free. As long as your frogs aren't robo frogs or anything like that, feel free to do whatever you want. And I encourage it. I love frogs. I think frogs are great. I have a pet frog upstairs named Kermit, who is now 5 years old. Triple Herbals, thanks for $5. You crusty old vets are doing great things for these young and talented up-and-comers. Comics is not my line of work, but I respect that immensely. Yeah, well, we just want everyone to do well. There's enough room in comics for everyone. I'm trying to think of who I can say except for, but I'm not even going to do that joke this time. Everyone should be doing comics. Benjamin Random,
except for Cecil.
Except for Cecil. Normally I say except for Mike S. Miller, but no, we need Mike S. Miller's comics.
Yeah. I don't want to get us off topic, but that case file Arkham is screwed up in a really good way. It is really cool.
Does it look good? I mean, should I have
it? Does.
It looks great.
I don't know about having them on, but it's worth checking out. It's film noir. It's got great octopus creatures, and it is screwed up, is all I'll say. Just case file Arkham. I don't want to get off these guys though. You got to stay.
Well, we're looking for more people to bring on. I mean,
this
honestly,
is by Cat Roach. It looks like a gal and from San Diego, and it looks good.
Nice. Benjamin Random, $5. What if someone made a Super Smash Brothers style fighting game for Comicsgate? Cyberfrog, Knucklebomb, Bigfoot Bill, and Nurkish all crush it. Why Nurkish? All crushing it. Like, what does Nurkish have to do?
What's his power? He groans.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Comicsgate.
Let's see. I can't even read this one. Downshift says, I've never seen such a large pool of talent with so many unique styles all in one place. Hashtag Comicsgate. This is amazing. I got a BMKB sketch color. Woot. Congrats, because they're all sold out now. I warned you guys. I hope you all got one if you were interested in one.
Get the book. Get the book. It's about the book.
Yeah, get the book now. Don't miss out. Danny Agent 87, 40 yen. BMKB deserves an action figure. Will KL consider it?
Right now I'm focusing on the book, but yeah, merchandising in the future, sure. But I really want to put emphasis on the book.
Jay Ishiro Finney is in the chat, and he says, Ethan, I wrote both Case File Arkham. I wrote both Case File Arkham books. I would love to come on and talk. Jay Ishiro, can you DM me on Twitter, and I will add you to the room and see if I can get you on here. That seems like a good way to kind of get in touch, and we'll test you out. We'll see how you do. Battle Maiden Knucklebomb now 8,000. Let's refresh it and see if you sold any more. You did. You sold a couple more copies. You're at 8190 now. And the incredible Earthbound graphic novel is currently sitting at $1,618.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that. You guys know, like, my day job is I cut meats at the Fred Meyer Deli, and it just went up $500.
That's even better.
It went up $500 in like half an hour.
You cut meats at a deli?
Yeah.
You're my favorite man in the whole world.
Dude, I really got screwed by the SJWs. I think I was good enough to be in the industry like 6 years ago, and they kept cutting me up.
And they don't eat meat, so you're doing work on the other job too. You're doing Lord's work on your other job.
Yeah, you really do want to cut meat for people, especially me.
I mentioned that in the campaign. I say I'm a pillar of society.
Yeah. Kraken of the Sea says Gabagool. Yeah, exactly. I'm watching Sopranos right now. You could cut me some Gabagool. I'd appreciate that.
Dude, I'll cut anything. Any of that Italian meats. I got it.
Oh yeah, I got some good pastrami the other day from the Amish place. These Amish know how to cook. They know what to do with meats. I gotta say that. I listen. I'm not sure about not having buttons. Utilizing buttons on their clothing.
No, they don't have they don't have zippers, so don't let they have buttons. Don't let the buttons fool you. They know their way around a cleaver.
They do. They know how to make a pot roast. They know how to make ribs, chicken wings. These people, they even make good macaroni and cheese. I gotta say, man, God, seriously, bless the Amish. I hope they don't turn on us. I've been worried about that.
We don't have to worry about anything. They're so far out of the way.
They're pacifists, Ethan. They're the last people to turn on you. There's nothing to worry about. There's no downside to the Amish.
I don't know, man. I worry about it. I think that they're organized. These guys can raise a barn. They can certainly raise hell. I'm worried about them.
They'll just build barns closer and closer to you until you're surrounded by barns.
Wooden pegs.
They're going to crowd us out. The Amish are going to build more and more barns until they push me out of my home. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the Amish. I'm worried
more
about
than global warming. That's the problem.
There's a good movie. How good is The Witness with Harrison Ford. We forgot about that, right?
But that's not a Halloween movie. But yes, very good
But you
movie.
should watch it on Halloween. Besides all the crap they just now mentioned.
I saw the X-rated version of that. It was called The Wetness. That was it's an Amish porno. Not good.
The Jehovah Witness.
Yeah,
It involves a bed sheet with a hole in it.
So sorry. I'm worried about them. I'm worried about the Pentecostals. I don't know why. The Pentecostal. The word like Pentecostality pops up in my mind, like hostility.
Critias is Pentecostal.
Critias, are you Pentecostal? Are you? Be honest with me. If you go to a church meeting and they talk about revolting, let me know. Just give me advance warning. Save my life at least. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about the Amish and the Pentecostals, and that's it. Those are my own private, suspicions and fears. Battle. By the way, Kyung Lee does not share them. He is very mainstream in his views and beliefs. That is why he has sold $8,215 worth of Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. Where were you when you came in here? Were you at like 4,000 or something, 40 something?
Yeah, about to hit 5,000.
Unbelievable. That is Comicsgate for you. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do. You guys are backing these comics, making these guys' dreams come true. And I don't know what Kyung would do without the support of his fans, without the support of customers like you. And that is why he talks to his customers with respect.
And right? Now that one of the wonderful things about Comicsgate, and especially now that I've been getting more exposure, a lot more people have actually been coming to me and asking me about getting into comics. And, people are looking for information on how to create comics. And, I try my best to answer all messages. I have my message available. You can message me on Twitter. And I try to get, before I launched my comic, I had maybe about 4 or 5 conversations, and now I have dozens of conversations. And I try my best to get back to everybody. But, one of the best things about Comicsgate is that it's shown me that there are so many creative individuals out there who are still interested in comics, despite mainstream comics failing. And, I kind of want to do my part to kind of foster that.
It's like the early 90s. This reminds me, I haven't seen this since the early 90s, the independent comic movement.
Yeah, it's like comics are for everybody. And if you want to create comics, there's nobody that can stop you,
That's right.
Critias says for $5, LOL, I don't know which Pentecostals scare you, but those are not my guys. I'm going to be starting my own church soon, the Church of Comicsgate. Well, I'm not saying any Pentecostals in particular. I don't know if I know any, except for you guys.
He just said he was afraid of the Amish, Critias.
So. Yeah, I'm just saying the name scares me. Pentecostal. Okay, it sounds like
pentagram.
Yes, pentagram, pent up, hostile, hostility. All of those words are built in, and it scares. I have nothing. I've never, as far as I know, I've never met a Pentecostal. I'm just saying, if you said I'm a Pentecostal, I'd hold on to my balls. I'd be scared.
Critias is Pentecostic.
Oh yeah, caustic is another word built into that. Yeah, no offense. I'm just saying, watch out. Watch out. The Amish also watch out. Watch out for those Mennonites.
They will churn butter right behind your back. They'll be churning butter.
I've been afraid of the hostile Amish for a long time. Whenever I talk to Amish people, I'm super polite to them because I don't want them to think I'm an a-hole. And also, I don't want them to come and get me when they build their gigantic windmill machines of death, which I think they're going to do. Wow, what was that?
What the what?
I was just saying they're everywhere.
Yeah, they are.
Beatbox.
Right into the mic. A Galactic Comet. Wow, thank you for $25. The Galactic Comic is hot and blasting across wild space. How about having me on your show and see why the comet is right for Comicsgate? I'm doing my part in proving why it's all about the patriarchy. God bless the patriarchy, Galactic Comet. The patriarchy has done so much for society and civilization. Yeah, why don't you send me your link? Let me look into what you're up to, and I'll see if I'll see if I can get you on. Gojurify says EVS is a Pentecostal. I don't know about that. No.
It's reaching for pi.
Pentecostal.
Yeah, like piental costal. Like my religion is good pies. Moobut 299. What's every Amish woman's dream? 2 Mennonite. Now that's just,
That crossed the wall. That's a
yeah.
I gotta get my milking hat on to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Get on my little tri-stool.
Freddie Primo says, EVS, you've been watching too much Amish Mafia. Here's the thing. This is what brings it up. First of all, I go to the Amish market every week now. Also, I bought a tree house with monkey bars and swings and a slide from the Amish. They came over and built it with power drills.
Wait, that's a lie.
Let me explain. I saw it happen. I was shocked by it. I didn't know what to do. I have pictures of it.
They're foam. They're foamish.
Yeah, like I was like, what are you guys doing? You can't just come here,
bro. Represent.
Yeah, pretty much. Like honestly, if you're not going to use a zipper, what are you doing using a Black & Decker? It was very upsetting.
Oh yeah, sure. That's my DeWalt. I'm Amish, sure.
Yeah, I thought it was. Let me just, I thought it was bullshit. I didn't go out and confront the Amish guy. I didn't say anything to him about it, but like I did kind of look at him. I gave him a little bit of a look.
You gave Gunter the stink eye.
I was disappointed with Obadiah. I was like, you know what I mean? A little saddened by this. I felt like he wasn't living up to his ideals.
Are the Amish Mormons called Nephi? Are they
Nephi? No. Yeah, Nephi. That's a character from the Book of Mormon.
Hey, Obadiah, Nephi.
Obadiah. Hold on a second. This is proof, by the way. A lot of people are concerned about this. This is the Amish guy in my yard. I took a picture because I couldn't fucking believe what I was seeing. Here he is putting together. I don't know where he got this guy.
Ethan's gonna post it on the web.
Yeah, I was outraged. He's putting together a tree house in my yard. What is this? This is a yellow Black & Decker drill, power drill. Where did you charge that? Why are you using that? Do you raise barns with this? This is a party foul for the Amish. This is not okay. Not okay. I don't get it.
You got him.
Yeah, owned. Pwned. So anyway, those are my concerns. I don't want to.
I've never seen the Amish use a power drill.
I don't want to upset anyone.
You expect them to get out that awl and like crank the holes with the awl?
Yeah, I was hoping to see that. I wanted to see what
the big mallet and pound the peg in instead of the nails. Those giant pegs.
He didn't do any of that. He didn't do any of what I expected him to do.
He pulled out a laser pointer to like level everything.
I was like, I could have done that. Ben Cooper, thanks for $20. Appreciate it. The laws in Amish community is that if they're using power tools, it has to they
just can't own it. He's saying, yeah.
Okay, it has to belong to the contractor who they work for. I live around Amish communities. All right. Well, thank you for making that clear to me, Ben. I wish you'd been around a few days ago before they were building this tree house. And I, what's the word that the Jews use? I plotzed. I literally plotzed. Yeah.
Still, you got to admit, that's like the Catholics buying indulgences. If they're like allowed to use a power tool by one of their contractors, that's still kind of a cheat.
Come on. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for the education. Oh, it must be unplugged. That's the other rule. Yeah, these Amish have lots of loopholes. Where does it say that in the Bible? Whatever. Outraged now. I'm sorry. Leave me a second to calm down.
You got them. 200 years of tradition out the window, exposed by Comicsgate. 200 years of tradition.
It's the least we could do, was expose the Amish.
Did you buy some of their honey? Do they make honey and cheese too?
They do. They make honey. They make honey candles.
I'd buy that.
They do all of that. It's really, really great. I like the Amish a lot. They also, the boys at the Amish market also have bowl cuts, which I also really like. I had one of those when I was, I don't know, like 14.
Did they call you English? That's the English.
I'm always afraid, though. When I talk to them, I'm always afraid that they hate me for my heathen ways. And I always try to tell them, no, I respect you.
It would have been cool if you took that picture and you didn't show up on on film. Like it was just like a floating DeWalt drill.
They're not vampires. They're the Amish.
Oh, dang. I was confused.
Yeah. I don't understand why, but no, they're just the Amish. They make good
Did you
pretzels.
tell him you captured his soul on your camera?
Did I capture his soul? Let me check. By the way, Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb, we're promoting Kyung Lee tonight. $8,275. He's at 275% of his fixed goal. Let's check in on Earthbound as well. Earthbound's doing pretty great. We are now at $1,716. And we're almost halfway there. We got to get to $4,000, guys. Style Universe points out that I should probably have the Amish build trebuchets. Now, it's all coming together again. I am a Christian man, Doug. I do believe that the Lord kind of points the way. So if I'm seeing the Amish people and buying chickens from them, it's probably because the Amish were meant to build me trebuchets. To fire,
they would build you a killer trebuchet.
I don't see why they wouldn't. You know, they'd say, "Well, what is this for?" I'd be like, to fling sinners into, I don't know, into the atmosphere. They could do it for me.
I was at Hobby Lobby and I saw a trebuchet mini kit that you can build at home.
Really?
Yeah. It was like it had like Leonardo da Vinci's signature on it, and it said trebuchet on the box at Hobby Lobby.
Trebuchet them through a mist of mace.
Yeah. Wow, that would be the ultimate insult. Like, here's what I would do. Here's my ultimate goal. I would like to aim a trebuchet. Okay, so you fire them. Fire the SJW through a mace mist, and then into an oncoming train. Like, that's the ultimate insult. Like, you fling a blue-haired land whale, just one, into the air, and she's like, "Ah, my eyes!" You know, oh my god! And just as she's about to scream for a second time, oncoming train hits her.
Couldn't you just like duct tape the button down on the mace so it's spraying, and then fire that from the trebuchet at a safe distance and throw it right into one of their protest rallies, right into a woman's march?
That sounds good too. Yeah, that would work as well. Stop Sticks in $2 says Mennonites maybe. Well, it's a good theory, but I don't think that was correct. Johnny Dollar says if it's yellow, it's a DeWalt. Oh, of course it is. It's a DeWalt. Black and Deckers are like red and black. And Chance $10. Fake Amish. Amish have woodworking skills needed to build a trebuchet. Bought Case File Arkham and Battle Maiden. Even got Young Blues trade. Why would you do that? Long live Comicsgate. Get Josh in there. All right. Well, we'll see about that. You know,
Earthbound. Get Earthbound. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to back Earthbound, guys. We need to get this funded. We need Comicsgate to flex its muscles and get Earthbound funded and supported. Dark Tatter, thanks for $2. Amish trebuchets could fling people to Saturn, he says. Well, I mean, that's further than I need them to go. You know,
just Mars works.
Just Mars, you know. Saturn's fine, but you know. JM, thanks for $5. A trebuchet with Ethan as the counterweight qualifies as a weapon of mass destruction. That is rude.
That would be when they're sitting in the basket and about to get launched. They'd go light speed, Chewie, and then Ethan sits on the trebuchet, and then
light speed.
They see the stars. They see the stars go by, all stretched out.
No, I can't have it. Like Kyung and Narwhal are here. I can't have these guys thinking it's okay to make fat jokes like that at me. I don't want to be owned. I don't want to be pwned every time I do a live stream.
Maybe we're just saying dense. Maybe you heard fat. I was just saying incredibly dense for your size, like packed.
Dense,
full of pie.
No, I don't want to be dense either. That means Jay Ashiro Finney, thanks for $2. My mic set up, I'm good. Jay Ashiro, it'll be another night. It's not going to be tonight because I think I'm probably gonna pack it in soon. And you know, I'd want to spend a little time with you and introduce you to people. But yeah, it's a definite. We'll get you on here. All right, so thank you guys very much. I think I'm gonna go to bed. It's 10:30. You know, listen, I've been I don't know. My schedule has been much more reasonable lately, Doug.
I like it. I like early mornings, and I like this early night thing. There's still time to work. This 12 o'clock till 2 in the morning stuff, that was putting me in the grave. You can't do that to yourself.
No, no, you can't. And I was sleeping for like 3 hours, and then I'd wake up and I'd, do a video. I'd work on my comics a little bit, do a live stream, then go to sleep again for another 2-hour nap. Who needs that? That isn't.
I didn't know how you do it, man. When I was doing it for that month, for August and late August, early September, I was trying to do the same thing, and you about put me in the grave. Like I started going nuts.
I'm sorry.
Sleep deprivation. I was going, okay, I'll go on Ethan at night. I'll do a morning thing. And then I just started getting loopy during the day and really kind of paranoid. Like I kept feeling, I don't know if you know what this is like, but I kept feeling like the camera was on even when it was off. I'm like picking my nose and checking to see if I'm on camera. Like I felt like I was on even when I was off. It was weird.
Yeah, I have to admit that has crossed my mind a couple times. Like I will just be walking around my basement completely nude.
Like if you're down there in your underwear, in your
doing backflips. Yeah. And
you've been a headstand. You're going, wait, is that camera on?
And it could be.
Did I hit broadcast, or did I merely set up the room?
Yeah.
And have an incredibly private conversation.
This is why you unplug everything when you're not using it. It solves this problem.
See, this is why we become paranoid and start putting tape over everything. You put tape over the camera because you can't think straight.
The Russians do. The Russians do that. They actually will get into your computer, and they'll turn on your camera and watch you. I don't know what they're watching you do, but that's what I heard anyway. I heard that they do that. Does that worry you?
They should watch us assemble a democracy, and maybe they'd learn something.
That was too heavy of a joke.
We do need to get some kind of a Rusky into Comicsgate. We need to find a Russian comic creator just to create some news. We need to get an official Russian, we need to find a Russian comic guy to get him into Comicsgate.
Well, I feel like we have a few. I mean, somebody sent a super chat tonight from Russia.
I know, but I mean an actual comic creator.
All right. I'd be interested in that. I'd be interested in a real comics creator who is from Russia.
Like a thick Russian accent, and bring him on the show. That'd be so awesome.
Nashatobi is Ukrainian. I don't know if that counts, but he's good stuff.
Nashatobi?
Yeah, he's working on Notice comic. He's like a personality in the community.
Oh, all right. I mean, maybe we'll get him on. I would like to have a Russian on. I think that is a good idea, and it would upset some people. I think it would upset the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But you can't spread the
so butter. Anyway, guys, I do want to thank you all. Terrific people here. Terrific people on Comicsgate Live. Appreciate all of you for supporting these comics. Let me just check real quick and see if we sold another copy of anything. You never know. Yeah, we did. 1741 on Earthbound, and Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. $8,275. Checking in with Fabio. Yeah.
Buongiorno.
Awesome. Thank you, Ethan, and thank you to the chat, everyone. Doug, thank you.
I'm very interested in romance work.
Hold on now. Fabio wants to know what makes romance work.
I want to share with you my recipe for a perfect evening.
Yeah.
An evening for two lovers.
Two lovers.
When I plan a date, I want to make sure that everything is perfect for us.
Buongiorno.
Music is the most important thing to set the mood for the night.
Mm-hmm.
When I play a special song, it's very important because it can express what I feel so perfectly. A song can speak for me when I cannot put my feelings into words.
That's right.
I listen to a solo and I think of a duet.
Yeah.
When it's dark, turn on the music. I light the candles. There is no timetable for us.
No.
The fantasy that we will make come true.
This is romantic. This is
there
what
is no timetable for us.
By the way, everyone requested this. This used to be a regular thing. Fabio. All right. Yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
Fantastic.
I gotta buy that now.
There's a whole album. It's called Fabio After Dark. It is Comic Artist Pro Secrets. It's a big part of the show. Thank you again to everyone watching. We'll see you again tomorrow morning for the morning show. You guys, great job tonight. Welcome to Comicsgate Live. And, you know, you'll be back as well. Thank you, Just Some Guy, for visiting tonight. Appreciate you.
No problem.
He's stunned by Fabio. He's like, all right, let me get out of here. All right, guys. Good night.
I light the candles. Oh.
Bye, everyone.